Common Eyes by Ellise. These are higher resolution textures for the common eye colors used throughout the game. New textures for some secondary characters were also thrown in. This does not affect the Witcher eye textures, Ciri's, or Yennefer's eyes. I haven't been able to find the time to make comparison pics for all 16-ish textures. It's a soul-sucking enterprise. I could go on verbatim from the mod author's description page, but I felt it'd be far easier to do this. Also, there isn't much there for me to read. Yes, so now I have to improvise. All seriousness here, this mod is fantastic. Perfectly good mod if you're looking for a bit more immersion. Now, often you probably don't pay attention to the eyes, but after spending time with this mod and doing comparison looks, you really do see how much the mod author put into these eyes. Now what were once just merely black dots with colors around them that do look like eyes, you can now see the depth of the iris, if you will, or the lens of the eye. Everything now seems more alive, more colorful. While I was in a dungeon with this gentleman here, I found myself a bit more interested in what he had to say because this mod now gives the characters a bit more life. They say the window to the soul is the eyes, and this mod author has decided to give the Witcher as a whole a lot more soul. It makes you care more about each character you conversate with. Geralt's Realistic Sweat by Cordobahillokpassa. The mod author is currently working on a version of this that can activate only when it rains, but so far it isn't working correctly with the body textures, and not meeting which refers to the head textures. The mod author would love some help with this, so if you are a seasoned veteran of modding and know a bit about modding The Witcher, please contact Cordobahillokpassa to bring this mod to its ultimate flourishing. Honestly, this is a great mod. It's fantastic, really. I mean, I really, really like this mod. It makes Geralt seem more alive. His skin, seems more vibrant. It's more real. It's more immersive to me. Especially when he's, riding the horse on a hot day, because it's always hot in Novigrad, and you're just riding across the field, and you just see the sun blaring down on him. And when you use the camera and you just see the sweat coming down his face, there's a level of immersion that is achieved with this that is staggering. It's so good, I'm surprised it's not in the vanilla game. If this was just capable of being used when Geralt was, fighting or in the rain like the mod author originally intended, it would just be so amazing. I recommend this mod. If you're looking for immersion, it's great because this just gives Geralt's skin more life. For that alone, I would suggest using it. It's great. It is fantastic. Flawless victory. Realistic Contrast Textures by Jack3459. More contrasts for environmental textures. Architecture, textures tileable. Realistic Contrast and Textures is an immersive mod if I ever saw one. Now, the funny thing is, things that we probably wouldn't notice while playing The Witcher when it was first released was the fact that there was no contrast in the foliage. What this mod sets out to do is to add it. Often there are points of where tree limbs are just too bright. There wasn't a contrast in the darker colors, tones, and hues while wandering the forest. Now it's far more immersive. It's darker in areas. While walking through the foliage, you might see more shadows in between the leaves, a darker color palette, if you will, on certain points, which makes perfect sense. If you were to walk through a forest, this fixes all the continuity errors with the contrast and shadows in The Witcher. This is another must-have mod. I suggest you download it, unless you don't spend that much time caring about foliage and shadows in the trees. Next Gen Haystacks by Boostin 4K. This changes all the messages from the haystacks in the game to what I think looks more like real-life haystacks. I happen to agree with Boostin 4K. This does look like more realistic haystacks to me, and to him obviously. I mean, when I've gone past Amish people and they had haystacks, they look like these versus the one in CG Projekt Red. Now, if the haystacks have ever bothered you, or you're just seeking a little bit more immersion as you roam the countryside in The Witcher, then I think that this mod is definitely for you. Just a little something. One of those mods that makes a minor tweak that just makes all the difference. Wow. Eye and makeup tweaks for Ciri and Yennefer by Ellise. Small tweaks to Yen and Ciri's face and eye textures. Made these for my own use, but I thought I'd share them. Ciri gave her some more natural looking green eyes, cleaned up the bleeding eyeshadow on her standard textures. I left the streaking on her wounded and crying textures intact. On Yennefer I added new eye textures, alternate makeup, toned down the eyelashes, replaced it with a cleaner eyeliner, added brushes and tweaks to her brow and lip color, removed a few skin imperfections, didn't touch her beauty marks. Now this mod is all personal aesthetics, as to what you like or prefer. I like what was done with Yennefer, but I'm not really feeling what was done to Ciri. Just my personal taste though. I know there's something about a girl with ruined makeup. You know she's up for a party or ready to kick your ass or just finish vomiting. There's something alluring about that to me, but I'm a mess. In all seriousness, props go to the mod author for such great detail work. Like the eyebrow work on Yennefer is quite impressive. I mean, if you know anything about makeup, eyebrows are hard as hell to get down. And the cat eye is just so clean. Well, if you like what you see, feel free to download it. All links are provided at the description of this page. As per every Witcher mod video or any mod video, links are always provided in the description. Please click that. Don't ask me where to get the mods. They're down there. You click, it'll take you. And that'll do it for me. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. There might be Overwatch videos in the future. I don't know. Possibly. If people don't mind that, because I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. Oh, well, I better go. You don't need my life story. Oh, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and rate, comment, subscribe. Did I say that? All right, I'm leaving for real this time.